Also, we live in Oklahoma, and it is currently springish.
Yeah.
Which means storms every day of our life.
Yeah.
And it is currently doing that now.
It is.
But we're working gals, and this is the day you get. So, if you hear thunder and lightning, hope a tornado don't come get us today.
That would be crazy.
But if you're seeing this, we didn't die, so.
Yay!
I'm listening. I got a problem this month. I'm in the middle
There it is.
of a metric ton of books, and it's stress. Maybe that's why I haven't read.
Yeah.
It's stressing me the out,
Yeah.
which is my own problem. I did this to myself, but now I'm overwhelmed, and I'm just like, yeah. I didn't love it.
What?
I didn't love it. It was super let down for me. I'm just gonna come right out the gate. I think I gave it 2.5.
Stop it right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
Fight.
Weird. You good?
I'm in shock. Yeah, and also
About the heart thing.
oh no, this is turning into a fest.
No.
Oh no. Hi, I'm Kate,
And I'm Bailey.
and these are our book boyfriends. I know. No shitty. I'm just kidding. Anyways, today we are covering a very what's the word I'm looking for? I was
Anticipated?
and highly anticipated book by Carley Fortune, One Golden Summer. If you guys watched our Every Summer After, which if you haven't, you probably could go watch that. But obviously you would know that we really, really love this location, these characters. We really love the main character of this book. So when we found out that he was getting his own, we were so excited about it, and we knew that we would have to cover it for the podcast. So I am very excited about this one. I love Charlie.
I also need everyone to applaud us because this book came out this month. So
Yeah, this book came out this month.
We've never done that.
We've never done
And
that.
don't get used to it.
Yeah, honestly, I can't do it again. I'm just kidding.
Right? You're like, okay, we have 2 weeks to read it.
Yeah, I literally
Stress.
I always know when new books come out. Not always. I'll be like,
aware
oh, a
of
new
it.
Tessa Bailey is coming or whatever. But I never get it on the day that it comes out
Or read it immediately.
or
I
read it
almost never
immediately. Yeah, I don't think I've literally ever done that. Like,
do. Okay, I have, but I read Onyx Storm at like
Yeah.
11 p.m.
No, but
Which
that makes-
the fuck are you doing? You're killing me.
what?
You still haven't read it.
You know what? I forgot that I haven't read that yet.
The fact that you haven't had anything spoiled is crazy to me.
You know what? Honestly, thank you to the bookish community for not spoiling it, because they
It must
could have
be
made
your
some
FYP because
well, I mean, anything that said anything. So maybe my
'Cause I see it
algorithm
on
has
the
supported
daily.
me, but you watched
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
content. I didn't watch the content, so the algorithm,
Yeah.
the algorithm
hole.
is helping me. I think because it's a blessing that I haven't had
It's
anything.
It's crazy.
You know what's actually on that, because I haven't gotten a spoiler. I think I'm scared that it's not as good as everyone's hyping it up to be, because there's not a ton of content made of it, so it must not be that great. That's where my brain has
I can
gone.
send you some motherfucking content on it if you really want.
Please, God, don't do that.
Okay, it's there. It's out and about.
Yeah, I think I've just been, you know what? But I really haven't been on bookish
Yeah.
vibes lately either. So I don't know. I need to read it. Ugh. Says every person every day about a different book.
Yeah. Truth.
I need to read it. Wow.
Also, we live in Oklahoma, and it is currently springish.
Yeah.
Which means storms every day of our life.
Yeah.
And it is currently doing that now.
It is.
But we're working gals, and this is the day you get. So, if you hear thunder and lightning, hope a tornado don't come get us today.
That would be crazy.
But if you're seeing this, we didn't die, so.
Yay!
Yeah, it was so. I got off work 2 days, or was it yesterday? God. Got off work yesterday. It's like.
You didn't work? Oh, yesterday morning. Los Santo.
It's crazy storming.
Oh,
wind
yes.
crazy.
It was really bad.
Luckily, it stormed while the day shift was coming in.
Yeah.
And it had kind of passed when I left the hospital.
Yeah.
But I saw lines down trees in the street.
Yeah, I guess it was bad. Listen,
Yeah.
I drove into town yesterday and
Early, right?
Yeah, early. At 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. ish. I was on the road. I was going in the opposite direction than the storm was coming. So I did not.
You're like, I'm going to it.
Yeah, like I could see it in the distance.
But never
and
hit
then
it.
Sometimes I could see the piss pouring rain like miles ahead of me. But I only got very minimal of it. But when I get into town, it starts pissing. And I was like, whoa, this is insane. And everyone's like talking about like power outages. And I'm like, guys.
A lot of places did.
I was like, guys, is it really that bad? And they're like, Caitlin, what are you talking about? I said, I guess I was on the other end of it. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I had no idea that it was that bad.
A bunch of places had power outages.
Yeah. My mom was projected to not get power until 12 p.m. tomorrow. And they got it this morning. So
Thank
she was
God.
like, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't, right? That's shocking.
I slept through the whole thing. I didn't even know it rains until I got up.
He got up and left the house and was like, oh,
Wow. Destruction.
There's a tree by my
what
car.
happened? Yeah, there was like a tree. Not a tree, but like a
Not a
large
branch.
limb this close to his car.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. Yes, actually, one of our buddies just bought a 4Runner at the beginning of this year. His back windshield and back bumper, like, sliced by a tree, dude. Like, just sliced.
Fear.
Yeah, Aaron showed me a picture, and I said, oh, no, that's bad.
There was one year we lived in the other house we lived in had a big ass old ass
Oh, yeah.
shitty tree in the backyard.
Oh, no.
It wasn't shitty. It was just
Well,
dying.
towards the end, yeah, it was dying. So it just would just shed. Anyway, one storm was really bad. The winds were like 200. I don't know. It was like
200.
I don't know.
We wouldn't
Torna-
our house would have been gone.
Tornado. They said like tornado winds without tornado.
No, it was like
That's like 50.
I don't. No
was-
way.
it was straight forest of like 100.
Okay.
That's a lot. They were strong.
That's a lot.
But yes,
200.
like, 200 is like a EF4, I think. Or it's
That
a big
hurt.
tornado.
So like Wizard of Oz.
I don't know. What,
Like,
The house.
multi-dimensional.
Yeah, just
no, but
went into the world.
Yeah.
But our house, okay? It was our house.
but yeah, that tree shedded. Shedded
What?
a large limb, and then destroyed the power for like.
It was
the whole
also
county.
this close to ruining our entire home.
Yeah.
If
But-
it would have hit that roof, it would have gone through butter.
Oh
like
yeah,
butter.
it was pretty big. The
Oh,
limb
yeah.
was the size of a tree.
Yeah, I think an additional
Its own
limb would have
tree,
taken
yeah.
y'all out in bed, just crushed and
Oh, we were in
suffocated.
the living room. We were awake.
When it happened,
Yeah.
Oh, you're right that
We were
night because
watching
we
TV.
heard it,
Yeah.
but we didn't see it until the next morning. We heard a loud noise that night because Joe gets anxious about the storms. So we're watching it / watching TV, and we heard this loud boom, and we were like, we looked in the backyard, but it was raining like crazy and pitch dark. We couldn't see
yeah,
it.
and in that old backyard of yours, you can't see shit at night.
Yeah.
Like into your backyard.
Yeah,
So I
there's
was like,
no
huh.
light.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
no
see
light.
anything. And we wake up the next morning. Oh,
Wow.
no.
Half the tree is destroyed.
Yeah.
We lost power for only a day, but a
Yeah,
bunch
that
of
whole
people
day.
lost power for like several days. I feel like this year has been weird though. Like we've gotten a lot
Late.
of storms like very early in the morning. Usually like the big like tornado
Night.
storms are like afternoon, evening here.
Yeah.
And like
I always wonder about that. Like, why do tornadoes happen at night? Like, it's
know.
always when it's dark out and you can't see shit, you know?
Can't see it coming.
Yeah. Anyways, whoa, that was...
Whoa. Anyway, so if you hear thunder, sorry. We went crazy, but it's gonna rain.
Definitely.
How's your reading month been?
Pitiful.
May? Yeah.
Pitiful.
We're in May.
Okay, well, I got to go visit my sister this month, which was so nice. It was a very, very relaxing trip.
Good.
I visited her in like the town that she's living in multiple times now, and so this time like there wasn't anything that she wanted to necessarily show me or things that we felt like we needed to check off a bucket list or anything. It literally was just like chilling with her and her husband. So it was really, really nice. So I've been chipping away at Wheel of Time since February, guys.
Wheel of Time.
Not Wheel
Way
of
of
Time.
Kings.
Way of Kings.
I was like,
talking about
wait,
Way of Time.
what?
what the fuck am I saying?
Wave time.
I was talking about Wheel of Times earlier with my dad because the show got discontinued.
Yes, I saw that.
And he was upset about it. But I have been reading Way of Kings since February. It will be finished soon. Mm-hmm. It will.
By the end of the year, for sure.
For sure. I mean, if he's not coming out till his next one till whatever, 2057,
32.
like I got
32.
I got
I think
time.
it's 32.
Like I can literally read a book a year and still be anticipating it. So
For sure. And you be excited.
and I'll be excited. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this. I'm re-listening to a series, so I may have finished Red Queen this month. Was that last month?
I think so.
I think it was last month. I'm listening to the second book. I have been for the last 3 weeks. Bro, I've been tapped.
I was like, what?
Tapped.
Yeah, I had a bitch in reading month last month.
You did.
I read like 10. What was it? 10?
I think it was 10. I think it was like almost 11. Because you were so close, I think, to finishing another book by the time the end of the month came.
Yeah. And this year I've read 3.
The year?
Month.
Yeah.
Including this one.
What were the other two?
Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, because it's my book club book this month.
Oh, yeah. Just
It's
like,
tomorrow.
just give me a rating. No premise. 5? Heard. Continue.
I liked it. Other people probably don't. It's, Emily Henry, romance. It's not super romance.
I've heard that it's more like Happy Place than it is like Beach Read.
I think it's more like a Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Wow. Total genre shift. Is it considered a romance or a contemporary?
That's the problem, is I think it is shelved and pushed as a romance,
And it's not?
but it seems more literary fiction.
Interesting.
So people are mad about that, but
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I still liked it. It's very like, you read Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, right? Damn.
I know.
Well, it's like that, but you don't know what that means.
They will.
Yeah. And then I read another book called, I listened to The Collected Regrets of Clover.
Oh.
Someone in my book club has recommended
Oh, yeah, you
it
were telling me
several
about it.
times,
Yeah.
so I just finally listened to it because it's never won the poll for our book club.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just listen to it. And it was good. I gave it 4.
I feel like you've read another book, though, this month that we were just recently talking about.
Those are the only ones my Fable said I finished. I looked. I'm listening. I got a problem this month. I'm in the middle
There it is.
of a metric fuck ton of books. And it's maybe that's why I haven't read.
Yeah.
It's stressing me the fuck out,
Yeah.
which is my own problem. I did this to myself. But now I'm overwhelmed and I'm just like, man, fuck
Well,
it.
that's what I said that a couple episodes ago, that I was like, if I put all of my energy into reading one of the 5 that I'm currently reading,
Yeah.
I would finish it so quick because you're just dedicated to that one. So you're like, oh, let me pick it up because, we have so much downtime, but then you're like deciding what to do in your downtime. Mm-hmm. We're setting ourselves up for failure.
Yeah. So I started, I'm like reading, they're all right here. I started a nonfiction a long time ago, and I just kind of read it here and there. Like, what?
I was looking at them.
Oh. So that one I'm not too stressed about, but I'm technically still in the middle of it. Then during my like crazy April of reading everything I've ever, reading everything, I started a book that I'm really excited about. It's called The Sirens by Amelia Hart.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked her first novel, Wayward. So Sirens came out, I think, last month. So I started it, but then it was like, oh no, I'm not going to have enough time to read this if I finish that and then wait. So I stopped it, read this, and then started reading what we're covering next. But, I started reading that when I came back from our vacation. Anyway, so I'm in the middle of that. And then, what else have I got in there? Oh, but on our trip, our actual vacation, I took my Kindle only. So I started reading a book on my Kindle. The next Throne of Glass book.
The Throne of Glass. That's what I was thinking of that you told me you were reading was Throne of Glass.
Yeah. So I'm in the middle of that book. I started an audiobook before vacation. I didn't listen to it. It got returned on my vacation because
started
obviously for
one
7
too.
days I was not listening to my audiobook.
Yeah.
So it got returned. The hold on that's like 3 fucking months.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna get it.
My Carissa Broadbent got returned. that I waited 18 weeks for.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm in the middle of that technically.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to get it back. So now I'm just like, whoa. But then I started another audiobook the other day because, I got to listen to shit when I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm also in the middle of that audiobooks. In the Weeds by B.K. Borson, the second Love Light book.
Yes. I was about to say, I was like, when you said all that you read, I was like, no.
But I'm just in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I haven't finished shit.
Yeah.
So my goal is by the end of June to be reading one motherfucking book and listening to one motherfucking book.
Yeah, so the only book I have finished is this one.
I've only physically read 2.
How can I say I'm a podcast host for bookish content when I only read one book a fucking month?
You read the book we cover.
I need to reevaluate some things.
She's like, I am putting in my 2 weeks notice.
My gosh, I'm about to go on a sabbatical.
We'll have Daisy fill in.
Yeah, that'll be lit. Fark. I wish we had another phone. We got 4 of them recording. If I had another one, you could see Daisy unconscious next to us, sleeping like a baby, not even hearing us saying her name. Just out. She loves storms, bro.
So knocked out right now. Mm-hmm. She is like asleep.
She's like, she's not puffing or making noise or anything, luckily. But
yeah, she'll probably pass gas here in a bit, though.
At least she's under us.
You're right.
Anyway, that's my reading update. It's chaotic as fuck.
At least it's an update.
I guess. You ready to get into this bitch?
You.
We're going to spoil it. So.
Read it.
Yeah. The normal.
So rude.
You haven't got, I'm just saying. I feel like we gotta, I don't want to get yelled at that you spoiled it.
Yeah.
But if you've been here, we do that. But, if there's a rando that lands on here, we're gonna spoil it. A new rando.
Hi, rando.
Okay. Oh, I guess I can do whatever it's called.
A synopsis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't write one, so buckle up.
All right, here we go.
So as we know, this is about Charlie, the older brother, Charlie Floric, and this girl,
Alice,
almost called her Annie. Alice, she's a photographer. She's been having a rough time, and her grandma falls and gets hurt, and her grandma's kind of depressed, and she's taking care of her, and to make her happier and kind of get out of her head, she takes her to this lake house that was her friend's lake house that Alice had spent a summer at when she was younger, and they're spending the summer there. And of course, our boy Charlie is also spending his summer there. And when Alice was young, she took a photo, because she's a photographer, of Charlie and his brother, and so Sam and Percy, on the boat. Man, I thought the picture was in here.
No, I really hoped that
How are you going to put a picture?
Yeah, it's whole book stems on a picture, and it's not pictured on the book, and it should be.
Yeah,
should be.
This could have been it.
It is beautiful.
What's this?
Yeah. No,
this should have been the picture.
It should have been a picture.
It's them on their yellow boat. And the romance.
Yeah.
Killing it.
So
I didn't love it.
What?
I didn't love it. It was super let down for me. I'm just going to come right out the gate. I think I gave it 2.5.
Stop it right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Fight.
Weird. You good?
I'm in shock.
Beach
I was about to say something.
Let's hear it.
Another important thing is that so she took this picture when she was 17. It was the only summer that she spent at Barry's Bay. And it's the picture of them. And she looks at this picture while she's back at the cabin. And she's like, I want to have a 17-year-old summer.
That's
and she
true.
makes a bucket list. What would 17-year-old Alice wish that she had enough courage to do? She makes a bucket list. One of them is
Lit.
kiss a cute boy or whatever. She's just got funny stuff on there, And so Charlie, living 2 cottages down, for some reason he's over at her house. Oh, he's working.
He's I don't want to say maintenance man.
Yeah, but he's
he knows
working.
the owner and helps fix it up. Because the owner wants to sell it.
Yeah, so he's fixing it up over the summer. So
And he made it accessible for her grandma.
Yeah, he made it safe for her, like, before they got there. So he's, like, popping in and out all the time. And so that's kind of how, like, this friendship starts. Somehow he gets a hold of the bucket list, and he's, like, got it in his mind that he needs to help her get through it. I'm still shocked that you said 2.5, dude. That's amazing. Wow. That's amazing. Okay.
That's amazing. You good?
Yeah.
I'll tell why later.
Later?
I mean, I guess I can do it now.
I mean, I don't care. If you want to wait till later, that's cool. I liked it.
I'm glad.
I liked it. But
I didn't
think
hate it.
It's like
Just wasn't every summer after.
one of the things that get me is like young love, right? So
Okay.
like young. So like her putting herself back into like her 17-year-old mindset and like trying to have a summer that she would be nostalgic for the rest of her life. Like I love nostalgic vibes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just love it. And I love Charlie. Him being the villain of the last book always really like hurt my heart.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, he did something wrong. They shouldn't have done
For
what they
sure,
did. But
so did Percy.
so did Percy. And we're not shitting on her the way we're shitting on Charlie, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Clearly no one's shitting on Charlie that much because they've harassed the author so much she wrote a whole book.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah. Because he's
That he didn't have a
beautiful.
single motherfucking point of view in.
I know.
So that's a lot of my star. Just
I-
it's not Charlie's book.
It's not Charlie's book.
Actually, it's Alice's
book.
and TBH.
That's a good point.
I wanted Charles.
That's a good point.
So
Did you like Alice?
yeah, she was great. If this wouldn't have been pitched as Charlie's book, I would have
Yeah.
loved this book.
Oh, okay. So you feel like it was just like misrepresented.
Maybe.
Okay.
Like I guess
That's
it is
fair.
technically Charlie's love story, and I get
It
why there was
is.
no.
Yes.
At the end, I understood why there wasn't his point of view because of his big secret bullshit.
But I felt like that was obvious too. The big secret. Like we all knew.
Obvious.
Like, oh, okay, he's got a condition.
I also that pissed me off.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
condition
did it?
pissed me
The
off.
congenital thing?
Yes,
Okay.
most children get that diagnosed before they're 1 year old,
Hmm.
which means he never went to the doctor his whole life and got a blood pressure taken. That's all you need to do is take a blood pressure to figure that out.
Oh, so it was not accurate.
In my opinion,
Interesting.
What was the condition?
it's called coarctation of the aorta, which is your aorta. There's a part of it that there's like a, I don't want to say a band, but there's a part of it that's narrower than it should be. So because of that, the blood's trying to get through the narrow part of the aorta, causing really high blood pressure. Which you shouldn't fucking have. So then you investigate. Actually, it's actually fairly easy to kind of gather that. You have really high blood pressure in your upper limbs, but if you take the blood pressure in your lower limbs, your blood pressure is fine because the blood pressure is higher above the defect and fine below the defect. Like I don't want to say diagnosed because I can't, but I've had a kid where their blood pressure was really high in their arm and normal in their leg. And I went to the doctor. I was like, so we're thinking it's this? And he's like, yeah. We had to do an echo. And I'm like, cool. And it was, and they fixed it. Like, it's not hard to figure that out.
Ask you how accurate
I figured
it
it out, and
was.
I don't have a medical degree technically.
Yeah.
So that really pissed me the fuck off.
Oh yeah. That makes sense though.
Like I get what they were going for.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about his second.
Thing. Yeah. Because he had two things
He
going
had two.
on.
So the second one, I don't really know much about that one. But the other one just pissed me off. So
That's fair.
I was like, well, I'm over it.
oh no.
And then I was texting my friend who was a nurse in a cardiac CVICU that all they do is heart surgeries in children. And she also was like, what the fuck do you mean? They couldn't figure it out till you're 35. I know another kid that had it. I worked with them.
You're
I
making
know.
Kate sad.
I'm sorry. I had a coworker at Panera. Their kid got diagnosed with it while I was in nursing school, actually. Had surgery also before he was 1, I believe, to get it corrected. So,
Maybe things are different in Canada.
yeah, they have. It was free to get the surgery, so why didn't you do it? I'm sorry. It is different. It was free. It was free, actually. So, no reason to not have done it. So, That is also a large part of why I didn't like it. I'm like, of course. You should have just said something was wrong and didn't try to explain it to me, because then it made it worse. I wish it was vague.
Okay, episode over.
Bye. Just kidding. But I did like how they were like, oh, I bet our dad had this and this is what happened, not a heart attack.
Yeah.
I was like, because I don't know what would happen if a kid did have that and just didn't do anything with it. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because
It doesn't happen.
we don't fucking do that, usually, hopefully. I guess technically, legally, a parent could, but most probably won't.
Yeah.
Be like, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Also, you're telling me when your dad died of a heart attack, none of you got your heart looked at?
Yeah, before now.
And your brother's a cardiologist? Your brother's a heart doctor? So you're telling me neither of you got your heart looked at and your brother's a heart doctor? That part's crazy. I don't believe it for a second.
Damn. Why do your points have to be valid?
That point right there is the craziest.
And it's not like an opinion. That's like, actually, yeah. You know what I mean? Because an opinion, I could be like, well, and then I'd share my opinion. Mm-hmm. But inaccuracies are inaccuracies. Damn.
And I didn't read it, but my friend who worked in that cardiac unit said she read something in the back that said she did talk to a doctor, apparently, to write this novel. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I don't believe her. But I didn't read the back, so. Anyway, that's why I gave it little stars.
That's so unfortunate. How did you like the little bits of Percy and Sam that we saw, though?
Didn't like that either. I thought Percy was different. I don't know why. I just didn't feel like that felt like Percy. She doesn't seem super bubbly and outgoing to me.
I also...
I was pissed about that too.
So like when Percy like came about
Your
and
face.
it was like, yeah, she'll talk your ear off or whatever. I don't remember her necessarily talking anybody's ear off. I just remember her being like actually inquisitive and like wanting to get under like Sam's skin a little bit because Sam was so shy. I feel like she had to talk more. So maybe that's like
to him.
Yeah, to him. But I don't
Not to
remember
everyone
that
she's
being
ever
like
met.
a character trait of hers, you know?
Because her friend was that way. So I think she was a wallflower, and that's why she had the redheaded friend. I can't remember her name.
Chantel or Delilah?
Honestly, both. But I was thinking of Delilah.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she was the more outgoing of the two between her and Sam, but
Definitely.
not to a stranger like Alice.
Yeah. I accepted
Sam was
it.
the same. He was barely in it.
Yeah, Sam was the same. He barely talked.
The only thing he did was yell at Charlie like one time.
Yeah, and also
About the heart thing.
oh no, this is turning into a shit fest.
No!
Oh no. I don't like how a lot of the times when the four of them were together, Alice would be able to hear Sam and Percy talking about how much it was obvious that Charlie liked Alice or that Alice liked Charlie. That doesn't happen in real life either. Like, you may, like, share a look
Hopefully
with your
not.
partner.
Yeah.
When you're like, see, I told you. But you're not having, like, looks like
Hey, you
he's
do that
met
shit
his
in the car.
match. No, you
And
don't.
also, that doesn't sound like a line Percy would say.
It doesn't sound like a line Percy would say. And also, that just wasn't very realistic. I just don't feel like you wait till you're in the car on the way home and then you're like, can we fucking talk about this shit?
Yeah, you do that shit in the car.
Yeah, but
In
not
your room when
like,
the door's closed at night.
when 4 steps away and they're like, oh my God, you owe me $20. Like, that doesn't, I just don't think that happens.
What was your rating before this?
Tirade?
Well, listen, I finished it very, very recently in your driveway.
Yes, I saw your phone when you put it down on the audiobook.
Fuck, I literally almost to my book said, how dare you? I mean, my phone say, how dare you? Because I was like, I looked at it too, and I said, wow, put me on fucking blast. Because it's like the book.
How'd you get a hold of it? Did you have to buy it?
Yes.
I was like, how'd you get a hold of the audiobook?
No, I got Audible and bought it. I bought Audible for this because last night I was trying to read it and get through it, and I was just so done that I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get it on Audible, and I'm just going to listen to the rest of it. Which also, you can tell that it's Canadian because the narrator is also Canadian because she said bag.
Love it.
Like
Big.
Yeah.
I love that word. I don't know why.
There's so many instances where like that A was said and I was like, you know, because I forget that it's a Canadian book until like instances like big happen in the audiobook. What was I saying before? Oh,
I honestly don't know.
so when I finish it, I'm always on a reader's high.
Yeah. Oh, so that happened 10 minutes ago.
So that happened, before the shit fest. But now I'm seeing it. Listen, Daisy.
Lightning. Whoa.
It's a very chaotic episode.
Stop it. Quit yourself.
I started reading this book on the beach. So I was
so fun.
Also like just in the mindset of like, I mean, I was at the ocean. This is on the lake. There's a beach.
Water.
There's whatever. It's different. But it still was like, I'm entering this world again. I loved Barry's Bay. Like, I'm excited. So I think a lot of it, when I was reading it, I was also just in a really good headspace. Like, we were at the ocean for like 3 hours that day. I read the majority of the time that we were there. So I was able to get a lot of it done. I love Charlie. So it's just like, I was able to get like this really good feeling. So that pretty much, no matter what happened, I was going to be riding that high. So I've been reading this book for less than a week. So, you know, I think I would have given it. See, now I'm skewed.
I know.
I think I would have given. I think I would have given it 5, but I give 5 to everything that I read right after I read it. Like that's why I don't rate. Oh no! I think I'd give it a 4. Still.
Oh, okay.
I think. I
mean, yeah, that's fine.
I really liked it. I liked Charlie in it. I think that he presented himself as a really good partner, even though he tried to tell himself that he wasn't going to be a good partner for her. I think that the way that he put himself out there was a caretaker for her when she's usually like the caretaker for everybody else, whatever. We've seen this trope done before where like the one who's always taking care of someone else finally gets taken care of. Like we've seen that before. But the way that Charlie did it, it was so much more subtle. Like it was just the silent provision, you know, the silent comfort. It wasn't like, oh, let me do this for you, and then doing it. Like, it was just done.
Yeah. I mean, and he would like, my favorite one was when her niece is going to come visit one week that summer, and it gets canceled because her sister can't leave work to drive the niece up. And so he was like, I can go get her. Yeah. It's just like, it wasn't an issue for him. It was like second nature. Like he was just like, oh, I'm gonna do it. You know, like. And on her birthday, when her whole family canceled to come visit, he made her a cake.
And he wore a tiara and put glitter on his face because that's what she wanted to do for her birthday. Like, yes, that just like subtle, like actual friendship kind of love happened, and I love that because that, I mean. Aaron and I had that. We had that subtle friendship, love. And then it was like, oh, wait, you know, they were more ignoring of their feelings. I was very open and vocal about mine. But I
can't relate.
I like when it actually truly starts as a friendship and then develops into something more. And I think Charlie was a really good friend in this book.
I agree.
Yeah. I liked Alice, too. I liked her a lot.
Yeah, I mean... Like I said, if this was not Charlie's book and this was some other random guy and this was the romance book I received, I think I would like it. Mm-hmm. Other than the fucking heart thing.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I think I would have liked to have heard Charlie's voice, like his actual perspective. I think you're right. It definitely could have benefited from either dual POV or Charlie.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever read a romance book that was like the male's point of view.
No, we've had dual POVs, but yeah, you're right. So maybe that's why it was written this way. It's just like something that the readers know and the readers are comfortable with. Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, I think it's a lot because of the secret he was keeping from her. Yeah. If we were obviously in his head, that's all he would probably talk about. I wonder if she
originally started writing about like Charlie's point of view and then was like, no, this doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Because then they'd know.
Yeah, and Persephone also just happening to be at the same gym as Alice in the same swimming pool at the end of the book whenever they had like their falling out or whatever, which also valid fallout in my opinion. She's like,
but hey, at least she was in a swimming pool, wasn't she? A swimmer.
Yeah.
So I guess that was Alice.
No,
she just picked
Percy
it up.
was.
I
Yeah,
know, but
no, I think
I guess
Alice
that's
was just
one
doing
personality trait that they got.
That carried over. Yeah. Yeah, that was a little weird, actually.
But I mean, they all. Which I mean, I'm sure Tron was fucking huge. So, like you said,
Yeah.
of course they're in the same gym.
Of course, they're in the same gym at the same time. She's the one that comforts you when you're out of breath. Like, hey, you know?
Yeah.
Just a little sus. But it needed to happen. Like, some sort of casual, like, hey, just be gentle on him. This year's been hard. Well, why the fuck? Why? Why? You know, tell me. Like, help us out. And then, finally Percy did. She's the one that told, which I do think was a Percy move. I think that was a Percy move.
Maybe.
Was her finally calling Alice and being like, look, he's in the hospital. He just had surgery. This is what's going on. This is what he was hiding from you. Man, boy, if you could have just said that. Like, I don't want to start a relationship with you because I may die after my fucking surgery.
But you don't. I get where he's coming from. I feel like someone would cling on to you.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, when he explained himself, it did make sense. Like, I didn't want you to fiddle over me. You know, like, I wanted us to have the bucket list summer, the 17-year-old careless free summer, whatever. I get it. But a lot of miscommunication happened there at the end. Because they were pretty open and honest with each other, I feel like, all the way through. And then she's like, hey, I think we should do this. Like, for realsies. And he's like, I'm going to get bored with you. I said, well, that's a lie. Like that. That hurt.
It's rude.
That was so rude.
Like,
He's
even
like,
if you think it, don't fucking say it.
yeah. And he's like,
Goddamn.
literally saying like, I'll get bored with you in a couple of months. Like, that's just who I am or whatever. Like, one, you can hear the insecurity in that. Like, nobody would actually say them about themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, yeah. For all of his bravado, Charlie was just a little insecure boy still.
Still.
Yeah.
The one thing I did like that was, you know, from that previous book was his mom's pierogies.
Yeah, they still made an appearance. I have no idea what a pierogi is, guys.
Potato-y, it seems.
Yeah, it has to be some sort of potato-y. I feel like I'd like it though.
How do you even spell that?
I wrote P-E-R-O-I-G-I. But unsure. Don't know if what I wrote was right.
Yeah, because it does like explain how they cooked it and stuff, and I was like, no, I think I would like a pierogi.
You said, no, that sounds good.
That sounds good, actually. But yeah, I just liked who Charlie was. I feel like he did grow up a lot.
For sure. And I mean, it sounds
it's a
like...
hand pie.
Yeah, but... with what in it?
You got a picture
Just
of
taters?
it?
It's legit just a hand pie. You fill it with what you want.
Oh, like an empanada.
Yeah. Typical fillings include potato, cheese,
Right up my alley.
That's it? I feel like some
sauerkraut,
sausage.
ground meat, mushrooms, fruits, or berries.
Mushrooms, yum. It sounds like a pot pie or a shepherd's pie in your hand.
We call those hand pies in the South.
Yeah, but when I think of a hand pie, I think of like a donut shop hand pie.
I've
What's it
never heard
called?
the term hand pie.
It's pie in your hand.
Obviously,
it's like a
it's what
calzone
it
pizza.
is.
It's a pie. Yeah.
Oh.
It looks like, yeah. It's
like a calzone, but
it's a
with
calzone,
pie.
but it's like pie crust or pastry.
Pastry.
Puff pastry.
You know what I'm talking about at the donut store?
Which Daylight?
Technically.
I don't remember a hand pie at Daylight.
My mother would know the name of it.
Okay.
Mother. It's your turn to be called out. Mother, comment. What is this thing called I'm thinking of that we used to get at the fucking donut shop in Collinsville? Had ham in it and cheese, and I got it for breakfast. I don't remember what it's called. I'm pissed.
You know what? Actually,
I'm pissed.
of stuffed items that you eat, a breakfast stuffed item that you eat is always the best.
For sure.
For sure, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I don't think I eat anything else.
I'm gonna have a
stuffed.
mental breakdown if I can't figure out what it's called.
Your Rolodex isn't working.
It's broken.
Skipping.
I can see it. I'm annoyed.
I'll just look up daylight donuts.
No way.
Cajun pie. It's there.
Yeah.
What?
A Cajun pie.
Okay.
A what?
Cajun. That's what they called him at
Oh.
this store.
Still be a hand pie.
I know.
I was about to
I know,
say.
I
I
knew-
die on this hill.
I knew it was a hand pie, but I was just, they called it something at that place.
I was, because he said, I'll just look up Daylight. And I was like, Daylights are different. Every single Daylight is independently owned and they make their own stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've never found it anywhere but the one Daylight in Collinsville is the only
I
one.
know the
I've
Cajun pie, yeah.
eaten. And it's so good. Anyway,
Well,
the coffee shop on Main Street here has something similar. I don't know what they call them. But
Which one?
no, let's not. Don't say the name.
the bougie one on Main that we
Oh,
go to
okay.
has like sausage. I think it might even have like gravy in it.
Oh,
Eggs. It's fucking
my
good.
God.
It's good.
Listen, the breakfast pizza is like the best pizza
Yeah.
in the
It's like a breakfast
freaking
pizza, but
world.
a breakfast pizza calzone.
Oh my God. That sounds so good. I'm so hungry.
Oh shit! If only they were open right now.
Only they were
Anyway.
open right now. Man, you know, I think I can order a breakfast pizza at any point in time, though.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do
You're
that. Wait,
I don't know if I recommend.
I don't know
but
if I should.
It doesn't have tomato usually.
Everybody
I know.
move on.
Okay. Once again, we got way derailed about food. Try Cajun pie if you have a Daylight and they have them. Okay. Pierogi, they sound good. I don't know where one would get one. Anybody?
No, we
Down the
don't.
street.
We don't.
No, but like a real one, like those,
Oh,
like
I know.
potato, not a breakfast one.
I'm sure somebody will get mad that I called it a hand pie.
Correct me, please. At least it's a comment.
She also, random, Charlie's friend Harrison.
Yes.
That not weird, but like sort of little baby relationship in the book. I was like, where is this going?
Oh, like
Are we gonna do the whole? I thought at first this was gonna be like the coach thing.
Oh, I
That-
see how that would go. Like how she would ask. Oh,
Is
that
it
like
dice?
Charlie would be like, oh, if you want to impress him, like do X, Y, Z.
Or
Oh,
just
heard.
like any relationship because
I lied.
oh
I'm sorry to get back on this pierogi thing. They are not hand pies. They're dumpling size.
so are they in like a soup
Listen,
or
that
is it
makes
just-
it so much better.
or is it just like
I don't-
gyoza?
I mean, just from the picture,
just
it
eat
looks
'em.
like just like little dumpling, not in a soup.
That makes sense because you boil it and then you fry it. So it being more
Yeah.
like a
Oh, so it's kinda
dumpling.
like gyoza,
Yeah, it would be kind of like gyoza.
but white.
I went all on a tirade about hand pies for no reason. What is this?
Anyway, hope you're hungry.
I also was about to say something stupid about gyozas. Like, we just need to move on.
Move on from the tiny dumpling.
Yeah. I feel like that's something you would see like in a Disney movie. Move on from the tiny dumpling, and it's like an actual dumpling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway,
Harrison.
yes. So she was in a relationship before
Yes.
this. Like, kind of one of the reasons she wanted to go to the lake is she was also in a bad mental state. We didn't see it, but right before the book started, she got dumped,
Heard.
I think. And he started dating someone really soon, right? And like fucking married them really soon. And they
Yeah.
dated for years and years. Mm-hmm. So she was a little fucked up about that. Mm-hmm. Because she thought everything was great, wonderful, perfect. And then he dumped her and married someone else within 6 months, I'm pretty sure.
Like 3 months or something.
Damn.
That's
But
crazy.
he wasn't cheating, right? Or was
I
he?
don't think so. No,
Okay.
I don't think it was a cheating type situation. No.
I didn't think so either. But I bet she was like, oh, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
They got mad about it. But so she's a little, and she claims to like not be very good at relationships. I want to say before that there was only that one other guy.
Yeah.
But that's all we
the-
talk about.
The college guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know his name.
Oz.
Fucking weird. But
Yeah, it was like he was fitting a character type, like the name Oz, like what you would
Artsy.
picture, like that's
That
the
was
character
him.
that he was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I picture a theater. Not theater.
but
maybe a
like,
little
yeah,
art
like
made. No, film.
definitely self. important type vibe. Yeah.
They had like a friends with benefits situation going on. And he...
Yeah, she misread it.
No, they were just friends, right?
Yeah, they were friends, and then they had sex, and she was like, oh, when should we
Got
tell
him.
our friends that we are together? And he's like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
No. And then she never talked to him again.
Yeah.
Because she was just so embarrassed. She was like, oh,
I mean...
come on.
So I thought this was going to be like her trying to like find herself, get into relationships, and him be like the relationship coach situation. But that fills it out fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I liked that, though, that Harrison was like, hey, this was really nice,
This
but it's
ain't
not
it.
just me, right? And she's like, it's not just you.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, cool, thank you, blah, 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 peace, you know?
Yeah, they went on one day and were like, yeah, this ain't it, boo.
Yeah. Which I respect.
Yeah. He was very sweet.
He's very nice about it.
I'm trying to think if he, like, there was somebody he hit it off with, but I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Because he came to the
Baby shower.
baby shower, yeah.
Mhm. But I think he was alone.
Okay. Yeah. I did also like seeing Delilah.
Yeah, we saw her for a very short amount of time, and it didn't
One.
seem like she grew up at all. But
She's the same.
she's the same.
Which I
But
loved.
I liked, yeah, the crossing of worlds a little bit.
Did we see the other one at all?
Chantel, very briefly, but
She was
yes.
in there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My gosh, I'm seeing this book through a whole new light.
They ruin your life.
Bailey does that. Just destroys the things you love.
I feel like there's something there that maybe we need to unearth.
I couldn't even get it off. It's stuck.
I'm joking.
God. Anyway, they do Friends with Benefits pretty much this whole summer.
Yeah, but like
Which
a
was
slow
interesting.
burn friends with benefits. Like they don't have sex until like the very
Yeah,
end.
you're right.
Yeah, they just like
still.
messed around and
Yeah, they were doing things and making out and stuff.
Yeah.
During
Like
their bucket
teenagers.
list. Yeah, it was cute. But they do a Friends with Benefits sort of situation because he, you know, like you said, he was very like, I'm not.
Not looking for anything. And she's like, bro, me neither.
Yeah.
And he's
Well.
like, no, I'm for real. And she's like, bro, I'm for real.
And then she says, I have feelings for you. And he's like, meh, sucks.
Yeah. But they both knew that the other, there's no way.
Yes, I know, but
There's just no way. I'm like, I don't know. I was starting to shit on it a little bit. I'm like, you guys are really going to go the whole fucking summer without declaring love? Like, that's crazy. Because I thought it would be like a friends, like 3 weeks in, a little bit before she leaves. Like, okay, like, let's try this relationship thing. And then they're like in a relationship
work.
for the end of the summer. And it doesn't work for something when they move back to Toronto. That's what I envision. I really did not anticipate them going the entire summer without being like, yo, I dig you.
yeah.
You know?
It was like a few days before. It was
Yeah.
like maybe a week before she
Well, and then they left early too.
She did leave early
Yeah,
because of that.
because of that. Yeah. But then I was thinking, I was like, Caitlin, would you ruin a good thing? No. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. At first, I wanted to shit on it for not being realistic, like the timeline. Like, I feel like if you're spending that much time together, you guys are openly flirting with each other, openly desiring each other. You know, like, someone's going to let it slip.
Took Percy and Sam years.
They were babies.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
How old were they when they finally got together? Seniors in high school?
Oh, yeah, you're right. But still, that's a baby.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They could have said so. They were dating other people, so it's not like they weren't romantic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they also took forever. Because like you said, they didn't want to ruin
A good
their
thing.
friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But she goes home early, like you said. Before she goes home, though, she does show him the picture she took
Yeah.
that original summer. And he'd seen it before, which
Yes.
was crazy.
I thought that was a cute little addition.
Yeah, he was like, you took that.
Yeah.
And it was, she sold it as a print or something, and it was hanging up in some bank.
Yeah. And it's like his buddy worked there.
Yeah.
Was like, dude, this looks just like you. Sends him a picture of it. So it's like so random. And I think that's cute because it kind of shows like this full circle moment.
Invisible string.
An invisible string, if you will. And it's like different than like being like a, hey, look, and being like, oh my God, this is amazing. It was like a, holy shit, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked that a lot.
Me
I
too.
wish we had it on the book.
Yeah, I wish we could say it.
What should I gotta say?
'Cause at first I thought it was this, but that's them.
Well, at first I did too. When she was describing it, I even looked. I said, "Oh, that's not them."
No.
Also, I don't picture Charlie this blonde.
That's why I don't feel like her hair's red there.
Yeah, I feel like that's not red. Let's just continue.
Let's just move on.
Yeah. I do like this version of it though, the Barnes and Noble edition where
The pink.
it's pink. And other editions it's the same color as Carley Fortune's name, this gold.
Oh, really? I thought it was white.
I've seen it in the gold, yeah. But I like the shimmery
Yeah,
pink
so this
a
one's
lot.
like
Yeah.
shimmery.
Very pretty.
I know as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, Kate's gonna love that.
Yeah, I did. I intentionally got the one from Barnes because it was pink. The one at Target, I think, is the gold one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, overall, you said a 2.5.
I think so. Is that terrible, crazy?
It is crazy. I mean, I guess you held it to a super high standard, which is valid. Valid. Super high standard. And it was pitched as Charlie's book. And it was about Charlie, but it wasn't his book. So I hear that. And the heart thing. You got a lot of things that could, like, valid.
Percy.
Doc. And Percy.
They did name their daughter Suzanne, which was cute. Or Susie.
Sue, yeah. That was really cute. Yeah. Getting to see them become parents in a very minuscule way was also really nice, like Sam and Percy, because you do always wonder, like, at least I do, like, where are they now? Even though they don't exist, like, you still want to know type vibe. So I really liked getting to see them 3 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cute.
And also kind of what you said earlier about Charlie, seeing him, I don't want to say like being different from the villain. Or like, I don't want to say he was a playboy, but I mean, he was kind of
Well, and I think
promiscuous,
the
young.
town talking him up so much as a playboy also is just like, y'all grow up.
Yeah.
Like, why are we holding people to the
like
same
in the hair salon?
Yeah, like, why are we holding people to the same standards that we did when they were 18? Like,
yeah.
I'm not the same person that I was at 18.
Yeah.
You know, like,
That's small towns in general.
Yeah.
We all go to any small town. That's all they talk about is what is this person doing or that person
that
doing.
would just be so exhausting, like, working as hard as Charlie has to actually get in life where he is and still going to your hometown and then being like, watch out for that one. Like, man, I got a
Yeah,
whole ass
'cause
career in a
yeah.
fucking penthouse, bro. Like, let me grow
He
up.
was different in Toronto.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see like his point of view of how that time in his life was. Like when his dad did die, he was like, I had to, I worked a lot.
Yeah.
He was talking about his like mental struggles and all that, which was interesting.
Him talking about
'Cause it was
it.
different than Sam's.
He is different than Sam's. Him talking about the incident that happened with Percy to Alice and being like,
Oh yeah, because he had
is-
to tell her, huh?
this is what happened, like, and him like still shrugging around all this guilt because in the first book we see Charlie as a like he don't really fucking care. Even when he calls Percy after the 10 years, he's like still kind of flippant about everything, but this is like him truly being able to show remorse and it being presented,
You saying Charlie called her in the first book, like about the mom dying, right? And she called his love interest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why she did it.
I wonder
Like
if
he did
that's
that
why.
for me. Like I'm going to do that for him.
Yes, because when Sue died, he
that's
called
cute.
her.
And brought her back. And that's how she connected with Sam.
Oh, Percy.
That's cute now.
That's cute.
I still think she was too fucking bubbly.
But was she? Or was she just portrayed like they said she was bubbly? But was she
I don't want to
actually?
say they said she was bubbly, but, just her.
She was a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, who the fuck is this? I don't know.
She really came out of her shell.
I guess.
Yeah. I'll have to do a reread.
Again. Because, in Every Summer After, she was an adult.
Yeah, but she was
So
a
it's-
depressed adult.
Yeah, I guess.
So maybe this is happy Percy.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
People change.
I know. Like, yeah. Because it's not like just in Every Summer After we got her childhood. Like, we got her adult too, but yeah, I guess you're right. She was depressed or whatever. I don't know if she was depressed, but
Yeah, she just wasn't living her best life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked seeing Percy as much as we did. And her being a really, like, pivotal character in this one. Daisy just snoring away on the couch.
I told you it would happen.
Yeah, she got up from the floor and moved to the couch to
She moves a
snooze.
lot.
Yeah, she does.
But
She's a
she just
shifter.
moves from one sleepy spot to another sleep spot. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. She's so silly. She's almost 6. She'll be 6 this summer. Isn't that crazy?
She will be?
She was born in 2019.
God, we're old.
I just can't believe we've had her for 5 years. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy because I met y'all before you had Daisy.
Yeah. Because I got her while I was working there.
Yeah.
Where we met. I don't remember when, like in the...
In the timeline.
Well, I do remember the date. It was December 2019, but...
Wow.
I think I started there summer of 2019, so...
Yeah, and we had a Harry Styles concert planned by the fall.
Yeah. We weren't friends. I don't understand how that happened, actually. Your mom thought you were weird.
My mom did think I was weird. I think we've talked about our origin story on the podcast before, but seriously, like, Bailey was my manager at Panera, and she scared me. She came in fierce. And
I didn't start there as a manager.
No, you didn't start there as a manager, but you very quickly came up the ranks. And we, I don't know, I think I knew that you liked reading because we both opened at the same time and we would both be listening to like books and stuff. So I knew that about you. But then you had mentioned one day that you bought Harry Styles tickets.
I bought them at work on shift. I was managing the shift.
Yes.
So I'm sure you were there.
I was there. Oh, no, but this isn't the time that I'm thinking. You probably bought them while I was there. But a separate time, you said you and your friend and Joe were going. And you said, but I'm kind of forcing Joe to go. And I said, well, if you decide Joe doesn't want to go or Joe doesn't want to go, you let me know and I'll go. And she was like, okay.
Little did she know, I got kicked off this concert and Caitlin got added.
Yeah, and then it got postponed.
Years.
Because of COVID. So, like, we had this concert to look forward to. And, I mean, we did become, like, actual friends.
Yeah.
Like, very shortly after that. I think that was just the gates that we needed. But, no, I mean, I moved to Florida shortly after. She came to visit me in Florida. We were still looking forward to the Harry Styles concert. I moved back home and then we still hadn't done the Harry concert. Like,
really?
It was postponed for, like, over a year and a half. It was so long. But, yeah, that's how we became friends. I essentially asked if I could have Joe's ticket. And she said, okay. And here we are.
Yeah, your mom was like, are you really?
Yeah, I went home and I told my mom, and I was like...
She's like, that's a stranger.
Yeah.
You're going to drive in a car, stay in a hotel.
You're going to go all the way to Dallas with a stranger and her friend. I said, yeah, I am. It's Harry Styles. What are you talking about? It was great.
Kindred's not a stranger to anybody, though.
No.
She very soon after
honestly, she is how I felt like Percy was portrayed. In this one.
You're boring her.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, I think I still rate it like a 4.
That's good.
It may get docked down to a 3.5 when my high is a little down, you know?
You're still in that.
But I'm still very much in that. I loved the epilogue a lot. It was a year later. She had her own like gallery opening.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's there supporting her, which I think is great. Yeah. And then One Golden Summer is the last picture. Like, you know, it's like her catalyst picture is there. And then she also had the self-portrait, which I thought was a really nice touch. So yeah, I think I did like it. I think I did.
You think?
Yeah, I think.
I did, but...
I know. It just didn't meet your expectations.
Mm-hmm. Next 2 weeks, what are we doing? Remember? We talked about it
I know.
a few
I don't
hours
remember
ago.
the order.
The
fun.
quiz. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're doing a little that for the next episode. We're doing a little play on the game that Bailey set up for me. She set up the first line quiz. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It's really funny. I have a lot of buffering moments in that one.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, actually. So this one is I will be reading. I have to do research this time, guys. I will be reading like the declarations of love that have happened in books, and she has to remember what book it was. And there's gonna be
so hard.
I don't think it is. Like, I'm looking at these declarations of love.
Oh, you okay?
And I'm like, oh,
You're like, I know.
is this a little easier than I anticipated?
Really?
Yeah, so I'm going to have to finagle, like, how I want to present it. Because at first I thought I was going to, like, present it kind of how you did the one line. But there's so much more to declarations of love than just a line. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you're
it's
doing,
like
there's
the
soliloquy.
speech, or there's like a gesture, you know? So it's like, how do I want to present it type thing. But I think it'll be really fun. It's requiring a lot of research of me. I didn't anticipate as much as it was. But I'm excited for that one. And then
you don't have to do every book either.
No, we're only doing what we've covered this season.
No, I know. Oh, okay.
This season.
I
I
see.
have 7 books that we've covered
Okay.
this season. So it's no. I'm
Yeah, I
not
was like,
touching.
damn,
I
that's
feel
gonna
like
take
we've
forever.
exhausted some of our books. You know, we've done like everything that we can do for them. We need to put them away. But no, I think there's 7.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's also a narrower
Yeah.
pool. But then the episode after, we're covering The Neighbor Favor by
Christina Forrest?
Christina Forrest.
I believe so.
That sounds right.
I think so.
I have
Oh, so close yet so far.
so far. So that will be our next book.
Should be the end of June.
End of June. It's at least on our Libby accounts, it has massive holds. So that's mine had a massive hold. But am I on a different Libby account than you now?
See, I think my audiobook wasn't terrible.
Oh, okay. Mine was terrible.
I didn't look at the ebook. But I didn't think the audiobook was too bad.
Well, I
Neither
may
mind.
be logged into a different Libby now. So I may need to switch that over.
Yeah.
But anyways, look at your calendars. Figure it out so that you can join us. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for watching, listening, and following us on Instagram at Our Book Boyfriends Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.
Bye.